What's with the word rebuilding and why you're having such a crazy time with it? Let's just jump.
It's funny. I think it's more other people have a hard time with hearing that word, and I guess it's more triggering for everyone else. But at this point, I think it's kind of like I'm just having a ball. Like everyone wants to take it any which way, and I'm kind of here for it. If everyone wants to have chaos ensue, like great. Nothing anyone's going to say to me hasn't already been said over my long tenure of playing left tackle. So it's just been kind of funny at this point.
Well, I mean, because when folks say, let's just say in management, use the word rebuilding, well, they kind of rarely do, because it does imply that there's no shot. Like you're rebuilding. It's not like okay, we feel we can win the Super Bowl. Rebuilding kind of undercuts that. So what's your definition of a rebuild as you have described this year's Green Bay Packers as potentially undergoing right now?
Well, I think you take the word rebuild and break it down and see what you're doing. You're redoing a build.
Okay.
For the longest time, I mean, ever since I've been here, there's been one pinnacle person at the quarterback position, and then now there's been a bunch of change. And also when you look at the way money has been, how we pushed out money from previous years to go after keeping the core together. Now there's a bunch of cap hits of guys that aren't here. And then couple that, you have a very young team. Now, where people get uncomfortable is like, not all rebuilds are bad. And to me, I sit here and I'm like, I'm not going to ignore the past, but I'm also not going to discredit the future. Like, we are changing. And to me, this is a rebuild. I use the analogy of they rebuilt from Favre to Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it would be disrespectful to be like, oh, Aaron's gone. You're not rebuilding off a Hall of Fame quarterback? And that's what they did with Brett. I mean, like, and rebuilds can come in all different shapes and sizes. It's a spectrum of it. Now, I am not Nostradamus. I can't tell you exactly how this season is going to play out because right now we're undefeated, just like 31 other teams.
That's right. That's right.
And the beauty of it is we have the season to play out, and then we can see where we fall.
Well,
we're all professionals, and our goal is to win. I mean, I'm not going out there to lose. Like that's asinine.
Well, and I also know how you feel about Aaron. Everyone knows that as well. And that's the kind of way I also took your comments is that, you're not denigrating your current team and opportunity. You're kind of paying respects to 12, right? By saying we're rebuilding with another quarterback here. Am I saying, like, if you don't call it a rebuild, you're potentially denigrating Rodgers and his standing and his legacy? Is that one way to take it, too?
I do think that there's definitely weight in that, absolutely. This is the first ballot Hall of Famer, arguably, and to me, one of the best pure quarterbacks the game has ever seen play the game. And that, for me, when I look at it, when you change off of someone like that, like, we have a bunch of new pieces. We're so young. And with that becomes new advantages and disadvantages. And like I said, I'm not a fortune teller. I can't see what's going to happen in the season. Let the season play out, and then we kind of see where we are. And I use the analogy of, look at Seattle. Seattle rebuilt off of Russell. And look at them. Their rebuild was a playoff team. So when everyone freaks out on saying, like, oh, we're going to be throwing the season, like, yeah, rebuilds go all across the board. There's constant change and influx when you have a lot of weight on one certain guy, a pillar guy, for a franchise.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.